Welcome back to some more Shadow Empire. We are currently at round 39. It seems that we have seen some action in between turns. Another fuel deposit discovered in Adam's base. Crisis of Passion is very nearly towards its end, and after that we will see something new. And as we see the unrest, tests in zones are modified with plus 17, so it's harder for our governors to like keep calm, keep the people under wraps. We have developed Martin 2, which is the changed design for our light tanks, and 17 rare metals have been secured, some new stratagems, a priest and a guru that we have to remember to play. We've gotten a reminder regarding our low relations with one of our leaders. I imagine it's probably the model design council director, whom we've had a lot of relations, decreases, increases over time, but overall he doesn't seem to like us very much. First, let's see at what happened in between turns. We have seen a little bit of combat, some movement to our north as well, and there was combat indeed. It doesn't go where. I will show you in a second. It was right in here, towards the south of our newly conquered San Antonio Heights. We have some more militia that failed to do anything against our own militia troops, so we will have to deal with them shortly. But first, let's take a look at the decisions we have. Militia commemorative plaque. We have an opportunity to give the militia units a boost of about plus 9 points. If we take a look, our overall militancy is 68 currently. I think it goes to 100. It concerns the placing of a special commemorative plaque on the statue of the fallen soldier. It will not cost us anything, and it seems very important to the militia troopers. Will we place the commemorative plaque? So we can either place it or make it extra fancy, which will probably hopefully give a little bit more militancy bonus. So let's see. The militia units gained plus 18 morale points. So it's morale for our militia, not the militancy profile itself, it seems like. Now we can see about developing a new model, but let's first take a look at how did the new tank turn out. It looks like engine is a little bit better, the engine design, but weapon design has seen a bigger uptick, which means that without changing the gun's caliber, our soft and hard attack went up. Our hit points went down, however, significantly because we wanted lighter armor, only 5 millimeters, and it was 25 before, which means the tank is lighter, and now it actually, instead of having plus 40% action point cost to move, it has minus 5, so it will be able to go much further in a single turn. I suppose we could develop a new APC, but I'm not sure if we have a need for it currently. The artillery seems to have turned out quite fine. I think we could upgrade our RPG troops. which might be useful if we take a look to our west. Let's maybe take a look at the strategic map. Last time we saw a new major regime take over this minor, the Redshirt regime. And we might be going against Bichiraj next, since their borders encroach our new San Antonio Heights border. And I imagine that the terrain here, there's ruins, but there's a lot of forests as well, some savanna, some rivers, which might mean that infantry will be more valuable. And overall on this planet there's a whole lot of forests, not that much open terrain, so infantry doesn't get any attack and defense modifiers, while for example tanks get minus 50% on the attack in forests. And that means that having a good RPG infantry unit might be a good idea to counter any armored forces that we might see in this forest. So let's just build upon the dart. We do not have a new weapon for them. I think we have researched the technology, or rather discovered the technology, but haven't researched it yet. So let's just go for the APC for now with the gas-powered machine gun. Oh, actually, let me take a look, because the infantry, yeah, they only have the carbine. So we can go either with automatic rifles or gas-powered carbines. The first one are more powerful, but also use a lot more of ammunition, although they cost the same. I think we might just go for it, because we are fairly strong economically currently, maybe a little short of the regular metals, but we have an ammo factory that we're churning out a lot of ammo every turn, and our maximum storage is 156,000. So I think we'll be able to stockpile a lot of ammunition, so let's give them the more powerful weapon and padded and virus suits, and we'll be able to upgrade our infantry once more. Eternity Movement proposes a personal session, so this is like a meditation, I suppose, session with one of the gurus for us, which most of the people seems to like this idea, so we will just accept it. And Fulda is now a minor city. An envoy from Redshirt has entered our territories. He requests to open a line of communication between us. I think we would like to do that, although our people don't seem to be so keen on it. But sir, yes, I think if we are going to be skirmishing, fighting with the major to our west, we probably want to make peace with the one to our north. Senator Extradition, a former senator from Redshirt, has been living in Jagged Alliance for years. He fled to us after his country abolished its senate. He was welcomed because he offered to share his great knowledge with us. However, now Redshirt is requesting his extradition. If we don't cooperate, they threaten to make life harder on our traders operating in their union. Will we extradite? I think we will. We want to go both for commerce and meritocracy, so we have to choose one or the other here, but considering this will lead, if we don't extradite him, to relation decrease, with this major, then we will do it and send him back to them. I'm looking for relation increase, retro plus 10 points. So if we take a on the strategic map, can we do it? I don't think so. Oh no, we can. 56 relation, we are now friends. And since we have open relations, we should be able to play stratagems. Not sure if we can play it on the same round that we have opened. For non-aggression pact, we need 60 points of relation. We have 56, so we are just a little bit short. We could give them just a bunch of money or a little less money, or offer them trade, which might be lucrative for both sides. This looks like it increases relation, and critical success will increase trade level. And it seems like if we gain a critical success, our mind profile will go up. I would have thought it would be commerce, but apparently it's mind, or maybe just the tooltip is wrong. Difficulty 61, and so I don't think we can fail it with such a huge bonus of 103, even if we roll a 1.
Sir, yes, sir.
So yeah, it looks like we've rolled a 5 plus 103, but the difficulty was 61, so it was still good, and now they are 66, so we will be able to go very quickly for the non-aggression pact, although next turn, because as you can see we can only execute a single stratagem per regime per turn. Do we even know of any miners? No, the miners seem to have been pretty much wiped out at this point. But we only have 15 points left because we played that stratagem. I'm looking for something to increase our relations again with Leonard Kingston, or maybe we should just look into replacing him at this point, since we're only having like trouble with him. Maybe not trouble, but the relations don't, even if they go higher for some time, they very quickly fall down again because his profile is not congruent to ours. So we could see about replacing it, but how good is he? We want the technician and the inventor. He has 52 and 57. So he has already increased his levels quite a lot since he took the position. Let us see in the nation tab. We could recruit a senior, a junior, a mercenary, or military, but that would be a commander rather than, most likely, rather than a good director candidate. And we don't have too many points to go by yet, so let's maybe hold off on doing that. We'll have to suffer this guy a little longer, it seems. I'm moving troops closer so that we get more recon. We have 111 now, only 300 rifled militia left there, so we shouldn't hopefully have much trouble with dealing with them. We are losing some troops. They started to retreat, and unfortunately they were able to retreat to a neighboring tile. So let's just try to encircle them as much as we are able to once again. That's an odd icon. It's rangers, but it's not our rangers. It looks like it's militia from Polda, which have different icon from our militia for some reason, or did our militia also change now? No, we still have the same icon that we used to have. I'm not sure what happened here. How did we get these guys? But let's continue moving our troops around, claiming the terrain, claiming the tiles. You can move south to help in here. Let's put our borders. How are you on supply? You are supplied in full. You as well. We have found suspended works, which is IP plus 80. Small degraded auto factory or automated factory. So a relic from before the war that wiped out most of those who were living on this planet. Maybe let's keep you close to the border. I actually maybe want to move you onto this genuine marker, which increases our population loyalty. I believe we also have still some people here in the south to deal with. You can move here, you can move here, so we get a little bit more encirclement this way. And we are also pushing our borders out in here, and we have found another android cave, so this will be helping the governor of Adam's base, giving him some experience every turn. We also have this militia force, and I think that's about everyone. We might want to send a small troop this way, and we have the regular troops in here, so let's move them out. How much militia do we have here? Quite a lot. And the worker happiness is below par, so they might be protesting. The unrest is still here, and it's diminishing thanks to how many troops we have, and the security level, the quality of life. So I think we want to keep them here, at least for now. We have last time built this road, which should help with our supplies. I could build another road south or a railway, but I'm not sure if it's really that necessary. We don't seem to be seeing anyone to our south, so it should be relatively safe, at least for now. Let's see, our metal mine is one turn from being finished. So let's take a look if there are maybe other assets that we would like to start building. Solar panels are finished, so we should be okay on energy. Once these two finish, we will have to see what the energy demand becomes, as especially the third level of the bureaucrat offices, I believe, is very energy hungry. We could start building universities to get more research. Barracks for training and security. That might have been useful as the current epoch started, that's raising the unrest. Now I'm not sure if we need to rush into that. So let's start with the university. And we could also consider building one more in here.
Roger that.
And I think let's leave this as is for now. I think I could move Why can I only move them so far? Is it because of this river? I remember, I think we were pushing, strategically moving our troops further. Maybe I need like a truck stop or something on this side. I just move them out normally, and then we'll see next turn. There's a private truck hub 1, which probably doesn't provide us with a lot of truck points and the truck action points. I think we'll just, we could nationalize it, but they won't like it and they are quite upset, so let's maybe hold off doing that. And while I still remember, let's sell off some of the rare earths that we can. And let's see about next turn. And we're now at round 40. It seems like we've had another skirmish, probably with some more militia. Crisis of Passion is in its last turn, and we have now completed the research for RPG. 299 credits have been recovered. Some new stratagems, another Eternity Guru that we can play for free. So let's do it first. I know you, for example, and let's see. Maybe first let's see into the history. It looks like there's someone moving in here. And then I'm not sure why it's not centering where this battle takes place, but it's here again, same as last turn. It looks like there's only 400 of them left, only a small group, so we should be able to just whack them on their heads fairly easily. Let's see, let's move here. Let's look at the decisions. CEO asks for a subsidy. It will help the Schmidt Corporation to work better in the interest of the nation if you would accord us a small subsidy of 283 credits. It plays into our commerce profile well, so let's just go for it. It looks like our meritocracy took a hit, maybe because the autocracy has risen.
Order received.
Military research, new objective. I guess we could go for rocketry next to get like a long-range artillery option, but we would first have to research it and then discover the model, I believe, and develop it. Minor worker strike embolator. Let's just give them the money, maybe, because it's a minor strike, so let's just try to use the military. 4,800 soldiers and 2,000 security versus 5,000 militants for a success. Lost 100 troops. And now a major worker strike in San Antonio Heights this time, but because they have so few workers, we could just bribe them with 44 credits. But I think we won't be doing that. We will, this would raise our autocracy above our meritocracy. So even though this guy will not like it a lot, let's just go with the small bribe. And another major worker strike in Falda. They are striking in all of our cities, it seems like 40 to 80% of the workers. And again, let's just give them some money. Maybe in future turns we will get some decisions that will have that guy like us more again. And let's go against this
Going in.
militia.
Kill confirmed.
They still retreated, even though only like 100 of them were left after this battle. They still managed to run, so let's just use the small militia force to hopefully wipe them out. Nope. They just retreated again. So we will keep on chasing them. And we saw some movement in here. So we might need some more backup for this unit. We have some more rangers in here, so let's move them over the river, and the next turn they will join them. And maybe some militia force as well. These guys have a veteran lieutenant. Bonus to attack rolls. So maybe let's take this group as well. In the south, we are pushing our borders out a little bit more, although we are nearing technically the polar region, or I suppose we are already in it probably. Although on this planet, the temperature difference between the polar region and the equatorial ones is very minimal, if I remember correctly. Let's just attack with everyone. We can gain a big bonus from the Earth's encirclement, almost full.
All clear, sir.
And unfortunately they retreated to the only tile they were able to. If we would have been able to encircle them like completely, then they wouldn't have anywhere to run, but alas. These guys, can you move further now? Yes, you can. So I wonder what was it about that we couldn't move them, and we can also move them back into the city? Not sure what that's about. You can stay here, you already moved. You as well. You probably don't want to move too much, maybe just into here, because we have very little recon in here, and we have seen that there's some movement in there. So we might fall into an ambush if we are not careful. Let's see, we have 36 points. So maybe we could actually... let's go with the non-aggression pack. Did we already do it? I don't remember. No, we didn't do it. The difficulty is low enough that we are guaranteed to do it. So now we don't have that much to fear from them, at least for the time being. For war games, we are a little bit short. We can recruit a junior, a merc, and a senior. Shall we see about recruiting a senior?
Yes, sir.
Who do we get? Dorian Vanawart, 55-year-old male. Only capability 2. And he doesn't really have the skills that we would like. And he's not even like congruent with our profile, not as like opposite as the other guy that we currently employ. It looks like if we get a new formation, then we could like tank tactics he has, so yeah, we could make him a leader for a new unit, or if we get a secret service council, which I should also remember to bank some political points and maybe think about creating a new council, although then we would like dilute our bureaucratic points even more around the councils that we already have, and the new one that we would be getting less political points, fewer of them, so maybe it's okay to wait a little bit at least before creating any new councils, though we want to build a big power plant that would chug our fuel. We actually are not producing that much fuel. I think we don't even have any fuel production on our own. Yeah, there was a private oil well, but it ran dry. So if we were to build a power plant like that, we would first probably need to build an oiler ourselves. So let's do just that, oil drilling facility. Using 20 energy, I think we should be
Yes, sir.
okay on that front. How much can we stockpile? 15.6 thousand, so more than double that we have currently. And we have discovered the physical storage technology, haven't researched it yet. But I think for this turn, this might be all that we're going to do. And metal mine was finished. And here, maybe a university? Why not? Let's put some knowledge in their heads, or maybe more bureaucracy. What's better? A university for free education for the whole city that will give us a lot of quality of life and more research points, or more bureaucrats. I think more bureaucrats is the way to go. We will turn all of our population into pencil pushers because that's what we need. We don't need smart people. We have quite a lot of soldiers here now, which we don't really need since there's like only 100 of these guys left. So, well, we can start pushing them back next turn, which will go to now. And we are in round 41. We have 6 new decisions, and we have a new epoch, Time of Confidence. Sounds much more pleasant than the last time. A new zeitgeist wanders through the land. We are entering a time of confidence. The effect is your word score will go up every turn. The current strength of this effect is slight. 4 points gained, 0 worth in 11 turns. The effects of Time of Confidence will come into full force. You made it into a new epoch. You gained 1 fate point. And our commerce profile is at 67. I don't even remember how much we promised. I think it was only like 60 or something. So the Republican school will like us a little bit more, and I think it maybe also raises our word a little bit, which I think helps with like foreign relations, maybe our word score and other stuff like loyalty. I'm not even sure. Recon is at 1104, which is higher than what we promised, so they like us even more. And we have now gained corporations, which is a regime feat and is separate for the like corporation feature, the story, corporation storyline or whatever it's called. the option that we can choose when we are starting game. We have discovered heavy industry, although from what I heard, it's actually cheaper to buy heavy machinery rather than to produce it using heavy industry. Not sure if it's true, but I'm sure we don't need it just yet. We have discovered side skirts, so probably some more HP for our armored units. Rangers 3 have been developed, and admin level has risen to 8. So we get a Fate pack and also some regular stratagems. This private investment looks okay. An Anima Priest. Before I forget, I would like to contact our Foreign Relations Director, Tallulah Grimes, who likes us very
Sir,
much.
yes, sir.
And I think at this point we can just move fully into major diplomacy,
Sir,
since
yes, sir.
it doesn't look like there's a lot of minor factions left in the game. We'll start researching the heavy industry just because we don't
Understood.
have any other option. And let's see about machine gunners next. Can we do something better for them? Yes, we can. Let's go with the gas-powered machine gun, as it's the most powerful and most economic option that we have available. And the
Aye,
padded
sir.
antivirus, it's for more armor, more HP. We've had an incident with democratic activists. There has been a rather grave incident. You should know about what I did. So this is Dmitry Skoland, I think, commander of Third Supreme Headquarters. Skoland, yeah, Skoland relation increase, decrease. Okay, so that is him. What did he do? What did you do, Mr. Dmitry? A group of democratic activists outside my compound in Volator kept insulting you. They were insulting us. They really got on my nerves. I had them arrested and ordered them to be driven off and taken care of. So, like, they were offered some tea and cakes. Probably, if you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly, tea and cakes. The populace of Volator is angry, and there might well be some unrest because they didn't get tea as well. And the people want cakes or whatever. How do we respond to this? I think we will support his actions because, well, they were insulting us after all. This will lead to some more unrest in our capital, but so
Roger
be it.
that.
And he likes us very much again. And I'm hoping, well, democracy, I think, is tied to autocracy. Well, we'll see if our profile changes even more. Steelfront demands that you hire their candidate, and Steelfront is the guys that we do not like, I think. Because, yeah, there's a Republican school who are about meritocracy and commerce a lot, and a lot about heart, which we are not really keen on, but whatever. There's the new faction of, what are you called? Warrior Army, who are all about the fist. So we agree with them. We actually agree with them on all accounts. But these guys, well, actually they're not that bad as well. Enforcement? Which one is this? Is enforcement. Okay, so instead of commerce, we like commerce, they like enforcement. But they also like fist and meritocracy as well as we do. But do we need more leaders? We would like, actually, if you would provide us a good leader who would replace you, we would be Very happy. Mr. Leonard Kingston, director of Model Design Council and leader of the Steel Front. The Steel Front. So let's load the die.
Aye, aye, sir.
Accept this person, and it's Juan Grouchy, one of the Grouchy brothers, 18-year-old male. Faced meritocracy, but mostly enforcement. Very emotional lad. It's probably because he's still very young, but he has got some magnificent brows, it seems. And he is not good at anything. Survival, hunger reduction, endurance, old age effects. You don't need that yet, buddy. And hunger reduction, if you were a governor and we were lacking food, then he could fight it, but it looks like we won't need this guy at all. Maybe he can be a leader of some, small independent unit of like artillery or something that we might produce in the future protests in Fulda. People of Fulda have taken to the streets to display their displeasure with their living conditions. They are disrupting the local order and causing unrest. They are dancing in the streets, probably. What do we want to do? We can try to calm it down, which will probably fail, but people will like us even more, mostly, except this guy. So let's see how good of an orator is Valentino Reed, governor of Fulda.
Roger that.
Not very good. Not very good one. Critical failure. Unrest increased by 50%. So let's maybe, before we look at the next thing, let's see what the current unrest is in Fulda. 55. That's quite a lot. And here it's 24. We want to move around some troops. How are you going? You have no unrest. Adam's base is very content with their way of life. So let's move this militia. We cannot strategically move them, unfortunately. So let's just move them in the regular, old-fashioned way. You can go back to Fulda. I suppose you can go back as well, and maybe it's time to build some more troops then. Or can we? We don't really have any like small militia formations. We have in here. So you can move you here, and these guys we will forget to then move back to Fulda. Let's see the last decision. Slave trader in Bolater. A sinister trader that came from the wastelands had set up a shop just outside town. His trade is the trade in humans. He is a indentured servant trader. That's how we like to call them in our country. We could offer him some of our own population to work for him for credits, or we could buy some indentured servants from him, or we could get rid of him. That's enforcement and hard, that's government, that's commerce. And we are all about commerce. So that's 300 credits, not a lot.
Will do.
We have lost 4 population happiness because some strange new people have moved into the town, but we have gained 2,000 people somewhere. Don't remember where it was. Imbolator, probably? Yes. Second from the bottom, pop increased with plus 2,000 during Slave Trader Imbolator event. So that's that, and I was thinking about raising a new formation, which would probably be just either motorized or regular infantry. I don't think we need. They will be kinda just for now, at least, doing the role of militia, just trying to reduce the unrest, keep peace. So we shall just recruit good old infantry. Nothing fancy. They can walk. They don't need any trucks. Let's maybe move like this. So if they retreat, they do it into our territory, so we don't have to chase them around quite so much. You can maybe start walking back. You as well. Well, actually, one of you could start guarding our oil asset, probably. What else? How about you guys? If we could just get a little more recall, thank you. And there's
Going
like,
in.
yeah,
Successful.
100 guys left there. They immediately broke and surrendered. So that's well and good. And we can start moving our brave troops back. What's this one? Not just research bonus, so I don't think it even matters which zone does it belong to. And we have you guys, you. How are you on supplies? 0. So you have to go back and resupply. And if we want to move more north this way, we should probably build at least a bridge in here to be able to put some more supplies across it, across the water. 80 industrial points. At the very beginning of the game, it would be a whole lot, but now we can afford it easily. You are not dealing with unrest, so we can act as border guards. And we don't have enough recon here. But if I remember correctly, there's
Going in.
only a small militia
All
force.
clear, sir.
And they broke quite quickly, only after like a few turns, I think. Yeah, only 3 rounds. So it was one of the many good calls that I make. Calming Haven. What is it? Hot baths. Population happiness +1. That would be good for us if we can capture it. And in here there's a monastery, not a monastery, but a monastery. Bureaucratic points +25, and another the same on the other side of the river, maybe like rivaling class of monks, bureaucratic monks. Can we get there? How are you on supplies? 0. Like 50 bureaucratic points. That would come in handy, but we would have to probably build a road so that we can get to it. And we might also think about building more roads this way. 450 because of the river. And if we were to start in here, it's maybe a little less awkward. No, not really. That's a low mountain. And there's forests everywhere. Yeah, there's not really any good places to build roads. I think this is as good as it gets. Let's do this. And in here, let's build just a dirt road up to here. So we can push our supplies, logistics further this way and be able to move our troops there without problem, because if they keep having 0 supplies, we're just going to start losing these units. And that looks like it's about it for now. Any stratagems we'd like to play? I think we are already trading. Yes, we are. And we don't have like any research sharing or anything similar. No spies to send. We should probably really go for the Secret Service Council and start generating some more spy stratagems. Okay, I think let's just sell some more Earths for 780 credits, and we'll call it here for this episode. We have seen some fighting with the remaining non-aligned militia forces. We've entered a new epoch. We are finally starting to build. We've built our first actual metal mine rather than scavenging ruins. We're building our first oil drills. We're getting some universities, some more bureaucracy, some more power, and we will want more. How costly is building a power plant? I think we can just start it now. 333 times 3. Yeah, we have all of the resources necessary, so let's just start the construction. And in the next episode, we will see a huge uptick in our energy income, so we'll be able to build more and more assets and develop our economy, and maybe we will start thinking about producing more troops and maybe moving against the Beachy Raj. But first I would like to get some spies in there and see what we might be dealing with, because I have a nagging feeling that we might be behind. You can see in here they have an airbase and we don't even know that it's possible to make flying vehicles. Did they create a new town in here? Or did we just discover it? Because this was Condowold, this was the miner, and there's another miner city in here. So either it was a miner regime that they taken over, or they've just popped up a new town. Although it's big enough that I don't think they will be able to produce that many colonists in such a short order. I hope. But yeah, we'll see about that in the next episode.